careful what you say you'll do.
I know, exactly. I've learned from the past. Yes.
You had a weather forecast there for cricket.
Melbourne.
In Melbourne, 100% chance of rain. There will be interruptions there, so it may have to roll over to Monday. But even then, there's some showers in the forecast. Oh, no. So wait and see. But for us, actually, weather here this weekend will be much, much better. Sunny and pretty warm. In fact, incredibly mild at the moment, but with winter around the corner, I'm sure many of us will be looking at the forecast and our energy bills in unison, very nervously to see what's happening. But what are the prospects for this coming winter? And if you are struggling with your energy bills, what help is available? I took a walk with Coletta Smith, our BBC's cost of living correspondent, to find out.
Actually quite mild out here today, Coletta, and it's been an incredibly...
I wasn't taking any risks, I'm still taking
You've been out too many times. But it has been an incredibly warm autumn so far, but even with that, on the sort of cloudy and wet days and windy days, it does feel a little bit on the cool side.
Yeah, lots of houses feel cooler, people know it's getting colder, and whatever the weather, people's bills are expensive at the moment. Is there stuff we can do around the house to save money? Are there things that can help? I suppose even on a sunny day.
Even the weather, you can use the weather to your advantage. On the sunny days, there's still a bit of warmth, even in the winter, in that sunshine, bit of a breeze with it. Get your washing outside, it will dry. Even if not fully, just a little bit will save you money.
Not using the tumble dryer could save you around £70–80 a year.
That is something.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe if you bring your furniture away from your radiators, the warmth will circulate around your room just that little bit more. That will save you money as well.
Draft excluders around doors, windows, that could save you, according to the Energy Saving Trust, £60 a year. A chimney balloon up your chimney if you're not using it, stopping that cold breeze coming down, could save you £90 a year.
Is there any help that people can get right now?
So right now people can already get hold of the Warm Homes discount. If you apply through your energy supplier, you could get £150 off your bills. If you're on certain types of benefits, if you're vulnerable, it's worth trying for it. There's a limited pot available, but it's worth getting your name down early. But we're coming into winter now. The million-dollar question that everyone wants to know the answer to, Matt, is what's in store?
So the Met Office, in their outlook for the winter months, have said that actually it could be a fairly average winter, if anything maybe a little bit cooler than we normally expect.
It's not great news, but at least for most pensioners, the winter fuel payment is already kicking in. It could be up to £600 this year because it's been rolled in with a cost of living pensioner payment, an extra chunk of money, which will help, at least, with energy bills, whatever the weather.
Exactly.
When's it going to get really, really cold, though?
I wish I could tell you. Unfortunately, the science isn't quite there yet. But what I can say is that climatologically across the UK, January is of course the coldest month. It's that month where you also see the most number of frosts in the UK. OK,
and that zero temperature is crucial because if we get 7 days forecast or actually arriving of 0 or below...
And that's quite a long time.
7 days, a full week of it in your particular area, then people qualify for a cold weather payment. And for people on certain types of benefits like universal credit, that's an extra £25 a week. The bottom line is no one should be too cold. Tell your supplier if you've a child under 5 or are pregnant, have a disability or are a pensioner, and you won't be cut off, whatever the weather brings this winter.
And that is the key. Make sure your energy supplier knows. But certainly at the moment, there is no fear of cold air for this weekend. It will change through this week, but out there today, incredibly mild, ridiculously so, in fact, for this stage in November. Temperatures for some parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, could be record-breaking to start a November morning. But whilst it is dry for many, there's a blustery wind, and for some it is rather wet, as I'll show you. Now, if you just show you the satellite image, you get out of the way, this stretch of cloud comes all the way from near the Caribbean towards us. On the eastern side of it is where we're dragging up the warm air, all the way from the mid-Atlantic. But when the warm air combines with weather fronts, that's when you tend to get quite a bit of rain. Now, so far, it's been mainly to the northwest of the UK, and that's where it will stay today. We've seen over 150 millimetres of rain in the Highlands since Wednesday. Look at the radar chart. It's still raining at the moment and will continue to do so through much of the day. Away from that, though, this morning, 1 or 2 spots of light rain have drizzled around. Vast majority, though, dry start to the day. Fairly cloudy, but there'll be some cloud breaks appearing, and certainly in southern eastern areas, a greater chance of some sunshine into the afternoon. Notice how the rain sits there in western Scotland, maybe clearing parts of the Western Isles later, but edging into Northern Ireland. Now, temperatures, well, we're starting on a very mild note, but with those gusty winds coming in from the southwest, maybe touching 60 miles an hour at times. As it bounces over the hills, it could see the highest temperatures today around the Moray Firth, maybe up to around 19 Celsius, 66 Fahrenheit, considerably above where we'd expect to be this stage in November. And we'll start the evening on a mild note, but through Scotland, Northern Ireland, some outbreaks of rain for a time, turning lighter and patchy, edging into the far north of England. Then notice later in the night it moves its way back northwards again. But in the clearing skies to the north of that, quite a difference for this coming night compared to the night gone. Temperatures could drop down to around 3 or 4 degrees. Elsewhere, mild, but not as mild as the night we've just had. The breeze will be a bit lighter. So lighter winds for tomorrow. Again, lots of cloud around. Outbreaks of rain or drizzle, western Scotland pushing its way northwards. But overall, most of you will be dry. A lot of the cloud will break up. And for a weekend, I think many of you will be fairly happy in the fact that it will be dry, lots of sunshine around, and highest temperatures on Saturday towards the southeast, where we could see 17 or 18 degrees. Into Sunday, we do it all again. There could be a bit more mist and fog around on Sunday morning, but as we go through the night and into Sunday, notice how it stays largely dry. It's very late on Sunday. We start to see some rain just creep in towards Ireland. Most of you will have a sunny Sunday. Again, temperatures still on the high side for this stage of the year, 13 to 17 degrees. Beyond that, well, areas of low pressure will spin their way in. And here's the outlooks for the capital cities for next week. What a change, eh? Outbreaks of rain on and off throughout the week. It'll be windy at times too. But the key thing is, after seeing temperatures into the upper teens today, back to where we should be for November. There you go. Edinburgh, 9 degrees, and London, 12 Celsius by Friday. Back to you both.
Matt, thank you very much. Nice to have you here in the studio with us.